distance before the words, before your voice changed tone, before your eyes stopped meeting mine. Already knew I was alone. You still said all the right things, still stayed close, still tried. But your heart was learning how to leave while mine was still alive. I noticed the pauses growing longer, the warmth you didn't show. Love doesn't wait for explanations, it feels what it already knows. I felt the distance before the words, before goodbye had formed. You stopped reaching in small moments where love used to feel warm. No loud truth, no final line, just space between our parts. I felt the distance before the words, and it broke quietly inside my heart. You stopped asking how I was holding up, I stopped asking you to stay. We learned how to protect the quiet instead of standing in the pain. Your touch felt careful, almost polite, like love was changing shape. And I miss the way you once held me without planning an escape. I told myself this was just silence, that quiet doesn't mean the end. But love starts leaving softly when effort stops trying to bend. I felt the distance before the words, somewhere between I'm fine and okay. We smiled like nothing was ending, like hearts don't drift away. We stay close without holding on, like closeness meant we'd stay. I felt the distance before the words, and I stayed anyway. Maybe you didn't mean to pull away, maybe love just grew too tired to speak. But I wish you had told me when your heart stopped choosing me. I didn't need perfect honesty or answers carved in pain. I just needed truth before silence learned to say my name. Now I replay the quiet moments where I felt you slipping through. Every pause sounds louder, knowing it was already true. I'm learning how to trust that feeling, not wait for words to arrive, because the heart hears endings first, long before goodbyes. I felt the distance before the words, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that quietly stopped being one. I'll carry what we were with gentleness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when I felt the distance, and the words never really came. Some love doesn't end in sentences, it fades when the heart understands what the mouth is too afraid to say. I used to ask if you were okay, if Something felt off in your tone. I learned to read your pauses before you ever left me alone. We still talk like nothing changed, still share the same routine, but every answer felt rehearsed, like truth wasn't meant to be seen. I noticed how my questions grew heavy, how your silence stayed light. Love starts shifting the moment one heart stops wanting to fight. I learned to stop asking, not because I didn't care, but every question felt lonely when effort wasn't there. No loud goodbye, no final truth, just answers that never came. I learned to stop asking and started listening to the quiet calling my name, calling my name. I stopped asking where you were, stopped asking what we were becoming. I learned how to protect my heart from answers that kept running. Your love felt conditional, like it came with a cost. And I realized asking for clarity was teaching me what I'd already lost. I told myself patience was love, that understanding meant staying, but love shouldn't feel like waiting for someone to start choosing again. I learned to stop asking, somewhere between I care and gone. I stayed quiet inside the moment you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like questions don't break hearts. I learned to stop asking, and that's when the healing started. Maybe you never meant to confuse me, maybe love felt hard to explain, but I needed more than silence to know I still matter the same. I didn't need perfect answers or words to make you stay. I just needed to feel your honesty before questions became my pain. Now I walk through love more carefully, with softer voice, steady ground. I know the difference between effort and affection, that only shows when it's found. I don't ask to be chosen anymore, I don't wait to be seen, because love that needs constant asking was never meant for me. I learned to stop asking, and that's how I let you go. Not with anger, not with blame, just clarity finally showing me. So I'll carry what I learned with kindness, not regret, not fear. I learned to stop asking and chose myself standing here. Some love doesn't end in answers, it fades when you stop asking questions and finally hear what silence has been telling you all We reached the ending without a signal, no warning lights, no sound. Love stood still for just a moment, then quietly turned around. You stepped forward into something new. I stayed where we had been, still holding on to everything that should've ended then. I knew we were already over before the truth was said, but my heart kept loving you like the story wasn't dead. I loved you past the ending, past where we said goodbye. When loving you no longer made sense, I still tried. No future left, no reason to stay, just feeling, refusing to bend. I loved you past the ending, and that's where I lost myself again. You stopped reaching for what we were, I kept reaching for the past. We learned how to name the ending, while I still made it last. Your voice felt calm and settled, mine still asked why. And I realized I was loving what we were. Now I survived. I told myself love doesn't stop just because it's done. But loving past the ending means being alone with what's gone. I loved you past the ending, somewhere between hope and pain. I carried what we couldn't save. You learned how to let it fade. We smiled like nothing was breaking, like hearts don't cross that line. I loved you past the ending and paid the price in time. Maybe loving longer didn't save us, maybe it only delayed the truth. But I wasn't ready to stop choosing you just because you stopped choosing us too. I didn't need forever promises or reasons to stay. I just needed time to let my heart catch up with what my mind already knew that day. Now I walk through what we once called ours, with softer eyes, slower breath. Every memory feels unfinished, like love refused its death. I'm learning how to place it gently where it can't hurt me again. But part of me still lives in the space where I loved you past the end. I loved you past the ending, and that's where I stayed too long. Not because I didn't see the truth, but because love was strong. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when the ending came, and I was still here. Some love doesn't stop at goodbye. It lingered beyond the ending, waiting for the heart to finally let go of what it already lost. Thought I missed the way you laughed, the way you said my name. But time made something clearer when nothing stayed the same. I don't ache for your presence or the shape of your face. I miss the way you tried for us before effort lost its place. I replay the small intentions, the moments you once chose. Love doesn't disappear suddenly, it leaves when effort goes. I miss the effort, not you, not the silence you became. I miss the way you reached for me before reaching felt like pain. No anger left inside my chest, just truth learning how to stay. I miss the effort, not you, and I'm finally okay. I don't miss the empty conversations or waiting for your call. I don't miss feeling optional or loving through it all. Your absence doesn't haunt me, it actually feels clear. What I miss is being chosen when you still wanted me here. I told myself love means patience, that staying proves it's real. But love shouldn't feel like hope in someone else will learn to feel. I miss the earth, not you, somewhere between I care and gone. I stayed awake inside the feeling you were already moving on. No loud ending, no final fight, just clarity showing through. I miss the effort, not you, and that truth finally set me loose. And that truth finally set me loose. Oh, maybe you did what you could, maybe love felt heavy to hold, but I needed consistency, not warmth that turned cold. I didn't need perfect devotion or someone who never leave. I just needed to feel chosen without having to plead. Now I walk into love differently, with softer eyes, firm ground. I know the difference between attachment and effort that sticks around. I don't look back with bitterness, just understanding too. Because I didn't lose a person, I lost the effort that once came with you. I miss the effort, not you, and that's the honest truth. Not your voice, not your touch, just the care you used to use. I'll keep what I learned with kindness, not regret, not fear. I miss the effort, not you, and I'm better standing here. Some love doesn't leave scars, it leaves lessons. And sometimes the healing starts when you realize you didn't miss them, you missed the effort they stopped giving. Stayed past the warmth of your hand when holding felt thin. The room was still filled with your voice, but love wasn't living in it. We shared the same slow evening, same air, the same light. I felt the heat leaving the moment before the night turned cold. Love doesn't leave in a hurry, it cools until you're holding alone. I stayed past the warmth when loving stopped feeling safe. I kept believing the closeness would somehow come back again. No sharp goodbye, no final truth, just time slipping from my arms. I stayed past the warmth and learned how cold love can become when it's gone. You stopped leaning into feelings, I leaned enough for two. We learned how to keep the quiet instead of breaking through. Your touch felt softer, unfamiliar, like habit dressed as care. And I stayed longer than I should have, in a place where warmth wasn't there. I told myself love needs patience, that comfort would return, but love doesn't warm itself again once it stopped choosing to burn. I stayed past the warmth, somewhere between I care and gone. I wrapped myself in memory while you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like cold doesn't leave a mark. I stayed past the warmth and felt the ache settle in my heart. Maybe I should've left earlier when the fire first grew low, but I thought staying meant loving, not knowing love had already let go. I didn't need perfect devotion, no promises to remain. I just needed to feel your warmth reach for mine once again. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with quieter steps, bare hands. Every memory feels unfinished, like love slipped through my plans. I'm learning how to leave gently, not punish myself for staying long, but part of me still lives in the moment. I stayed past the warmth, hoping I was wrong. I stayed past the warmth, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love cooling down. I'll carry where we were with kindness, not regret, not fear, but I'll always remember the moment when warmth faded and I was still here. Some love doesn't end in endings, it fades when you stay too long. After the warmth is gone, still hoping cold will turn back into heat. I didn't notice it all at once. It came in quiescent. You stopped leaning into moments I leave every time. We still share the same slow mornings, still say we were okay. But I was loving for two hearts while yours drifted away. I kept listening for your effort, for something to pull me in. But love knows when it's being carried by one heart again. I was loving alone again, without meaning to be. I kept holding us together, you were letting it be. No sharp goodbye, no final word, just silence filling in. I was loving alone again, and I felt it deep within. You stopped asking how I was feeling. I stopped asking you to stay. We learned how to keep the quiet instead of finding a way. Your touch felt gentle and familiar, like love had lost its name. And I miss the way you loved me before everything changed. I told myself love doesn't count, who gives more or less. But love shouldn't feel like loneliness disguised as tenderness. I was loving alone again, somewhere between I care and gone. I stayed awake inside the feeling you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like imbalance doesn't break. I was loving alone again, and it slowly wore me down every day. Maybe you didn't mean to leave me there. Maybe love just grew tired to try. But I wish you had told me when your heart stopped choosing mine. I didn't need perfect devotion or promises to remain. I just needed honesty before loving you alone became my name. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with quieter step, open hands. Every memory feels uneven, like love was never in your fan. I'm learning how to love myself again, without shrinking, without fear. But part of me still aches for the time when I was loving alone and you were still here. I was loving alone again, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that leaned on one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, giving and the other stops meeting it there. I don't rush my heart anymore. I let it take its time. I stop mistaking patience for love that leaves me behind. I have learned how to sit with silence without feeling alone. Some wounds don't need fixing, they need room to be known. I used to open every door just to prove I could stay. Now I listen when my chest says not yet, and that's okay. I love again when it feels safe, when my heart doesn't brace for pain, when staying doesn't cost my peace and effort doesn't feel one way. No chasing proof, no second guessing, just calm instead of fear. I love again when it feels safe, and I'm not rushing to get there. The chaos anymore, the highs that hit the fall. I don't want a love that needs convincing to care at all. I want quiet consistency, hands that don't pull away, a love that chooses me in ordinary moments every day. I told myself strength meant staying, no matter how it felt, but strength is knowing when to wait until love feels like home again in myself. I love again when it feels safe, somewhere beyond survival mode, when trust doesn't need explanation and affection doesn't come and go. No guarded heart, no armor on, just softness that's earned. I love again when it feels safe, after everything I've learned. Maybe loving you taught me what I won't accept again, not because I'm afraid to feel, but because I know where I've been. I don't need grand gestures or promises to stay, I just need presence that doesn't fade. When love asks for a steady wait, now I meet myself more gently. I honor what I need. I don't shrink to be chosen, I don't beg for reciprocity. I trust the quiet voice inside me that knows when it's right. Love shouldn't feel like danger, it should feel like light. I love again when it feels safe, and my heart can breathe when showing up is mutual, and love feels easy to believe. I'm not closed, I'm just careful, not afraid, just clear. I love again when it feels safe, and that day is closer than it appears. Some hearts don't heal by hardening, they heal by waiting for a love that feels safe enough to stay. To stay. every night. Your name doesn't shake my chest now, it just passes through, like something I once carried carefully and learned how to loosen too. I used to guard my heart with questions, with walls I built from pain. Now I let things come and go without needing someone to blame. I'm not bitter, just softer, not broken, just aware. I learned how to feel deeply without staying everywhere. No sharp edges, no close fists, just lessons held with grace. I'm not bitter, just softer, after loving you and learning how to let go at my own pace. I don't miss the version of us that survived on almost. I don't ache for the effort that stopped before it cost us. I carried the good without holding on, the truth without regret. Some loves are meant to teach you not how to stay, but how to step back gently when it's time. I told myself healing meant forgetting, erasing every scar, but healing is learning to remember without reopening who you are. I'm not bitter, just softer. I don't flinch when love gets close. I know the difference now between attachment and hope. No heavy heart, no need to prove, just honesty in my chest. I'm not bitter, just softer, and the softness is the strength I kept. Maybe loving you changed me, but it didn't harden my soul. I didn't lose my kindness, I just stopped giving it where it couldn't grow. I don't need closure anymore, or answers dressed in pain. I trust myself to walk away gently when love doesn't stay the same. Now I love with quieter courage, with steadier hands, clear eyes. I don't chase what won't choose me, I don't beg to be prioritized. I let people show me who they are, and I listen the first time, because peace feels better than proving I could survive another goodbye. I'm not bitter, just softer, and I like who I became. I learned how to love without losing myself, without carrying blame. I'll be love again, with open hands, not fear, not armor, not doubt. I'm not bitter, just softer, and this is what healing quietly sounds like now. Some hearts don't heal by hardening, they heal by staying soft and choosing peace over holding on to what already let go. We didn't lose each other in a moment, no single wrong turn made. Love just stood unsure between us, not knowing what to say. We still share the same old mornings, still slept beneath one light, but love felt fragile in your hands, like it might not survive the night. hesitation, growing in the spaces you wouldn't fill. Love doesn't always leave in anger, sometimes it leaves unsure of will. Love didn't know how to stay, not strong enough to fight. I kept choosing us in silence. You were learning how to let go at night. No loud goodbye, no final scene, just out learning how to stay. Love didn't know how to stay, and I felt it every day. You stopped leaning into feelings, I leaned enough for two. We learned how to keep things gentle instead of pushing through. Your touch felt careful, unfamiliar, like love forgot its role. And I miss the way you held me when your heart was still all in. Oh, I told myself love needs patience, that time would show the way. But love can't grow in uncertainty when one heart already slipped away. Love didn't know how to stay, somewhere between I care and gone. I was still building a future, you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like endings don't arrive this way. Love didn't know how to stay, and I stayed while it quietly slipped away. Maybe love was never broken, maybe it was just afraid. But I miss the feeling of being chosen, not just almost stayed. I didn't need perfect certainty or promises carved in stone. I just needed your heart to stand beside mine and call it home. Now I walk through what we almost were, with quieter steps, slower breath. Every memory feels unfinished, like love paused before its depth. I'm learning how to release the question, not chase what couldn't remain. But part of me still wonders if love could have stayed, if it knew how to stay. Love didn't know how to stay, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that never learned to become one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when love didn't know how to stay and left me here. Some love doesn't leave in heartbreak, it fades because it never learned how to stay. Even when both hearts wanted it to. Love felt uneven between us, like we stood on different ground. I leaned in every time you paused, trying not to make a sound. We shared the same slow mornings, still said we were okay. But my heart kept adjusting while yours stayed halfway away. I noticed how effort shifted sides, how balance disappeared. Love doesn't fall all at once, it tilts until one heart carries the fear. Love felt uneven between us, not broken, just off its place. I was holding all the way you were, learning how to take space. No loud goodbye, no final word, just silence tipping us apart. Love felt uneven between us, and I broke trying to level my heart. You stopped reaching in small moments, I reached enough for two. We learned how to keep things gentle by not saying what was true. Your touch felt light every evening, like love was something you'd set down. And I grew tired of pretending that uneven still felt sound. I told myself love isn't equal, that someone gives more sometimes, but love shouldn't feel like one heart is always running out of time. Love felt uneven between us, somewhere between our care and gone. I stayed awake inside the feeling you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, but like imbalance leaves no mark. Love felt uneven between us, and I learned how heavy it feels to love in the dark. Maybe you didn't mean to lean away, maybe love felt heavy to hold, but I wish you had told me when my efforts stopped matching what your heart could hold. I didn't need perfect devotion or promises dressed in grace. I just needed to feel you meet me in the middle, not halfway. Now I walk through what we almost kept with steadier steps, open hands. Every memory feels unbalanced, like love never found its land. I'm learning how to choose myself again, not tilt where I don't belong. But part of me still aches for the time when loving you didn't feel wrong. Love felt uneven between us, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that leaned on one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear, but I'll always remember the moment when love felt uneven and I was still here. Some love doesn't end in endings, it fades when balance is never found, and one heart keeps adjusting while the other never moves closer. Love didn't leave with shattered glass, no door slammed shut. It folded itself into silence and quietly let go of us. We still share the same slow morning, same room, the same light. But something warm stopped reaching me long before we said goodnight. I felt the echo in your presence, the way you weren't quite there. Love doesn't need a reason to leave, it leaves when no one dares. Love left without making noise, no warning signs, no pain out loud. We stopped choosing each other in ways we never talked about. No final words, no closing scene, just silence, learning how to stay. Love left without making noise, and I felt it every day. You stopped leaning in the moments I leaned enough for two. We learned how to keep the peace by not saying what was true. Your touch felt lighter every evening, like love had changed its role. And I stayed longer than I should have, trying to keep what was already letting go. I told myself quiet doesn't mean gone, that calm is just a phase. But love doesn't disappear in storms, it fades in quieter ways. Love left without making noise, somewhere between I'm fine and okay. We smiled like nothing was ending, like hearts don't drift away. We stayed close without holding on, like closeness meant we'd stay. Love left without making noise, and I stayed anyway. Maybe no one meant to leave first, maybe love just grew tired inside. But I miss the sound of being chosen, not just standing side by side. I didn't need dramatic endings or truths dressed in pain. I just needed to feel your heart still reaching for mine again. Now I walk through what we almost kept with quieter steps, bare hands. Every memory feels unfinished, like love changes plans. I'm learning how to listen to the quiet, not wait for it won't return. But some nights I still feel the absence of a love that left without making noise and never learned how to come back again. Love left without making noise, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that slowly stopped being one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when love left quietly and I was still here. Some love doesn't end in goodbyes, it fades when silence replaces effort. And you don't notice you're alone until everything is already quiet. It happened slowly, day by day. Our feelings started breathing softer, like they were running in outer space. We still share the same old laughter, still said we were okay. But love began sitting down between us, too tired to stay awake. I felt the warmth growing distant before your eyes looked away. Feelings don't disappear suddenly, they get tired of trying to stay. Our feelings grew tired, not broken, just worn thin. I kept trying to hold us together. You stopped believing we could win. No loud goodbye, no final cry, just silence taking sides. Our feelings grew tired and I felt it every night. You stopped leaning into moments, I leaned enough for two. We learned how to keep the quiet instead of breaking through. Your touch felt lighter every evening, like love had done its part, and I was still holding the weight of a slowly fading heart. I told myself love just needs rest, that time would make it right. But love can't survive on patience alone, and only one heart is still awake at night. Our feelings grew tired, somewhere between I care and gone. I was still choosing us every day. You were already moving on. We smelled like nothing was ending, like time doesn't take sides. Our feelings grew tired and I stayed while they quietly died. Maybe no one meant to let it fade, maybe we both tried our best. But feelings need more than memory, they need to be met with effort and rest. I didn't need perfect devotion or promises that survive. I just needed to feel your heart still meeting mine, to stay alive. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with slower steps, softer breath. Every memory feels unfinished, like love paused before its death. I'm learning how to forgive the quiet, not blame what couldn't stay. But part of me still aches for the moment when our feelings had strength to remain. Our feelings grew tired and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that slowly stopped being one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when our feelings grew tired and let go here. Some love doesn't end in heartbreak, it fades. When feelings grow too tired to keep holding on, and no one knows how to wake them up again. We didn't fall apart loudly, no voices raised, no blame. Love just stopped asking questions and we stopped saying names. We still shared the same old silence, Same room, the same night, but something fragile slipped between us. Out of habit, not fight. I felt the change in how you stayed and how you didn't try. Love doesn't need a breaking point to know it's saying goodbye. We didn't fall apart loudly, not broken, just one thing. We stopped choosing each other before anything could end. No shattered trust, no final scene, just quiet, learning how to stay. We didn't fall apart loudly, and I felt it every day. You stopped reaching in small moments, I reached enough for two. We learned how to keep the peace instead of breaking through. Your touch felt lighter than before, like love had changed its role. And I miss the way you once held me when you still felt whole. I told myself this calm was safe, that silence meant we cared. But love doesn't disappear in storms, it fades when no one's there. We didn't fall apart loudly, somewhere between I'm fine and okay. We smiled like nothing was ending, like love doesn't slip away. Yeah, we stay close without holding on, like closeness meant we'd stay. We didn't fall apart loudly, and I stayed while you quietly moved away. Maybe no one failed the other, maybe love just grew tired to try. But I miss the feeling of being chosen, not just passing by. I didn't need dramatic endings or words to make it real. I just needed to feel your heart still leaning into mine and feel. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with slower steps, softer breath. Every memory feels unfinished, like love paused before its depth. I'm learning how to forgive the quiet, not blame what couldn't stay. But part of me still aches for the moment when love chose silence over saying my name. We didn't fall apart loudly, and that's how it came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that slowly stopped being one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when we didn't fall apart loudly, and I was still here. Some love doesn't end in noise, it fades when silence does the breaking, and no one notices until everything is already quiet. We just stopped standing in the moments where love needed our choices. We stay polite, stay careful, stay calm instead of true, and slowly stop protecting what once protected us too. I felt the safety leaving first before the love fell gone. Love doesn't die from being hated, it fades when no one guards it long. We didn't protect each other when it mattered the most. We chose comfort over honesty and paid the quiet cost. No loud goodbye, no final fight, just trust slipping out of you. We didn't protect each other, and love didn't know what to do. You stopped defending my feelings, I stopped asking you to try. We learned how to keep the peace by letting important things slide. Your silence felt safer than truth, mine felt easier than pain. But love needs shelter, not avoidance, to stay the same. Time would smooth the edges, but love needs two people willing to stand on the same ledges. We didn't protect each other, somewhere between our care and gone. We let distance make decisions while love waited too long. We smiled like nothing was breaking, like hair doesn't leave a mark. We didn't protect each other, and that's how we lost the heart. Maybe no one meant to fail us, maybe we both felt afraid. But love needs courage in quiet moments, not silence dressed as being brave. I didn't need perfection or someone who never falls. I just needed to feel you stand with me when love asked us to stand tall. Now I look back with softer eyes, not angry, not unkind. I see how love grew unguided while we looked the other way each time. I'm learning how to protect myself now, not blame what couldn't stay. But part of me still aches for the version of us who knew how to protect love that way. We didn't protect each other, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love left out in the sun. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when love needed protection. It fades when no one stands guard over something so fragile. It needs both hearts to survive. We were still here in the same places, same rooms, the same light. But something stopped meeting in between us every single night. You still asked how my day went, still called me by my name. But the way you listened felt distant, like love didn't sound the same. I felt the closeness turning hollow before I knew the reason why. Love can sit right next to you and still say goodbye. We were still here but not together, side by side, your worlds apart. We share the same moments without sharing our hearts. No loud ending, no closing door, just silence, learning how to stay. We were still here but not together, and effort every day. You stopped leaning into feelings, I stopped asking you to choose. We learned how to keep the peace by slowly letting love loose. Your touch felt familiar, careful, like something you'd outgrown. And I started feeling alone with you, even when we were home. I told myself this was still love, that closeness didn't need proof. But love still needs to feel chosen, not just present in the room. We were still here but not together, somewhere between I'm fine and okay. We smiled like nothing was ending, like hearts don't drift away. We stayed close without holding on, like closeness meant we'd survive. We were still here but not together, and I stayed while you quietly arrived somewhere else inside. Maybe no one meant to let go, maybe love just grew tired to feel. But I miss the sound of being chosen, not just being real. I didn't need perfect moments or words to make me stay. I just needed to feel your heart still meeting mine halfway. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with softer steps, slower breath. Every memory feels unfinished, like love paused mid-step. I'm learning how to accept the quiet, not chase what's already gone. But part of me still lives in the space where we were still here, but not together for so long. We were still here but not together, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that slowly stopped being one. I'll carry where we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when we were still here, and together was no longer here. Some love doesn't end in distance, it fades when two hearts stay in the same place. but stop finding each other there. We didn't stop loving in a heartbeat. No moment marked the end. Love just grew tired of reaching for hands that no longer bend. We still share the same soft mornings, same names, same jokes, but something stopped asking us to keep the hope. I felt the way begin to live from your side, not mine. Love knows when it's learning to leave before it says goodbye. This is where love slowly learned to let go. Not angry, not unkind. We stopped holding the future with the same state of mind. No loud goodbye, no breaking sound, just hearts releasing what they know. This was where love slowly learned to let go, and I felt it long before you let me know. You stopped leaning into feelings, I leaned enough for two. We learned how to keep the quiet instead of breaking through. Your touch felt softer, almost distant, like love had found its scent. And I started missing who we were before letting go became the plan. I told myself love evolves, that endings don't mean loss, but love doesn't leave in chaos. It leaves when it's already crossed. This is where love slowly learned to let go. Somewhere between I care and gone, we smiled like nothing was changing, like love doesn't move on. We stay close without holding on, like closeness meant we know. This was where love slowly learned to let go, and I stayed while it let me go. Maybe love needed to rest its voice, maybe we both grew tired inside, but I miss the sound of being chosen, not just standing side by side. I didn't need perfect endings or reasons wrapped in grace. I just needed to feel your heart still choosing mine in this place. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with quieter hands, slower breath. Every memory feels unfinished, like love paused before its depths. I'm learning how to accept the quiet, not chase what's already gone. But some nights I still feel the echo of where love held on too long. This is where love slowly learned to let go, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love releasing what it had become. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear, but I'll always remember the moment starts to hurt more than letting go. Didn't stop loving me completely, you just stopped choosing it. Love turned into something convenient, something you could scale. We still talk like we mattered, still share the same space, but love was no longer a promise, just a feeling you'd replace. I noticed how everything occasional, how presence came and went. Love doesn't disappear, suddenly it fades when it's no longer meant. You let love become optional, something you picked when it felt right. I kept treating it like a commitment, you treated it like spare time. No loud goodbye, no final word, just priority. Learning how to change, you let love become optional, and I stayed like it was still essential. You stopped showing up in the small moments, the ones that used to matter most. I started lowering my expectations just to keep us close. Your touch felt conditional, you came when it was easy, and I miss the way loving me once felt like something you needed. I told myself love can't be forced, that patience would pull you back, but love can't survive being treated like something you can forget to have. You let love become optional, somewhere between I care and gone. I was still building around us, you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was breaking, like imbalance doesn't leave a mark. You let love become optional, and I learned how heavy it feels to carry it alone in your heart. Maybe it didn't mean to hurt me, maybe love felt too demanding to keep, but I wish you had told me when loving me stopped being easy. I didn't need constant attention or perfection every day, I just needed to know love wasn't something you could walk away from when it asked you to stay. Now I look back at what we almost were, with clearer eyes, slower breath. Every memory feels unbalanced, like love was never given its depth. I'm learning how to choose myself again, not wait to be chosen by you, but part of me still aches for the time when loving me wasn't optional too. You let a love become optional, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that ranked itself as none. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear, but I'll always remember the moment when you treated love like a choice, and I treated it like home. Some love doesn't end in heartbreak, break. It fades when one heart makes love optional and the other keeps living like it's necessary to survive. Didn't stop loving me all at once. You just love me less each day. A little less in the way you listen, a little less in the way you stay. We still share the same slow evenings, still knew each other's names, but your heart stopped leaning towards me without ever changing its face. I felt a shift in ordinary moments, in the things you didn't do. Love doesn't always leave loudly, it fades when effort quietly moves. You love me less quietly, without saying a word. I kept listening for your heart, but silence was all I heard. No sharp goodbye, no final truth, just distance, learning how to be. You love me less quietly, and I felt it before you stopped choosing me. You stopped asking how my day went, I stopped asking where you were. We learned how to keep things gentle by pretending nothing hurt. Your touch felt lighter than before, like love was learning rest. And I started missing the version of you that loved me at your best. I told myself love changes slowly, that this was just a phase. But love doesn't disappear in storms, it fades in quieter ways. You love me less quietly, somewhere between I care and gone. I stayed awake inside the feeling you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like loss doesn't leave a sign. You love me less quietly and left me trying to love enough for two at the same time. Maybe you didn't mean to hurt me, maybe love just grew tight inside. But I wish you had told me when your heart stopped choosing mine. I didn't need dramatic endings or words to make me strong. I just needed honesty before loving you alone lasted this long. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with slower steps, softer breath. Every memory feels uneven, like love shifted its weight. I'm learning how to let go gently, not blame myself for the change. But part of me still aches for the moment when loving me fully still felt the same. You love me less quietly, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that slowly chose none. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when you loved me less quietly. here. Some love doesn't leave all at once. It fades when one heart grows quieter, while the other is still listening for it. You didn't leave, you didn't say goodbye. You just waited for me to call. The space between our days grew wider each time. You did nothing at all. We still talk like nothing changed. Still laugh the same at first, but I noticed I was always reaching and you had stopped reaching first. I counted all the little moments where effort used to live. Love doesn't ask loudly for attention, it notices what's no longer given. You stopped reaching first, and I felt it right away. I started holding all the closeness you let. Distance choose its place, no loud ending, no broken trust, just silence taking turns. You stopped reaching first, and I kept reaching until it hurt. You stopped asking how I was holding up. I stopped asking if you cared. We learned how to keep things gentle by pretending nothing was there. Your replies came slower than before. Your warmth felt rehearsed, and I realized loving you meant always reaching first. I told myself love isn't measured, that balance isn't fair, but love shouldn't feel like waiting to see if someone's still there. You stop reaching first, somewhere between I care and gone. I stayed awake inside the feeling you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like effort doesn't burn. You stop reaching first, and I learned how lonely love can turn. Maybe you didn't mean to pull away. Maybe love just grew tired to try. But I wish you had told me when your heart stopped choosing mine. I didn't need constant reassurance or words that always stayed. I just needed to feel you reach for me before I had to ask every day. Now I walk through what we almost kept, with quieter steps, open hands. Every memory feels unbalanced, like love shifted its plans. I'm learning how to stop reaching back when nothing reaches me, but part of me still aches for the time when you reached first and chose me. You stopped reaching first, and that's how we came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just love that leaned on one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear. But I'll always remember the moment when you stopped reaching first, and I was still doesn't end in goodbyes, it fades when one heart keeps reaching and the other stops moving at all. You didn't leave all at once. You left in careful ways, a little less of your attention, a little less each day. We still share the same old silence, still slept beneath one light, but parts of you kept going missing long before the final night. I felt the gaps you didn't name, the pauses in your tone. Love knows when it's being slowly left, piece by piece, alone. You were leaving in pieces, not enough to call it goodbye, just less of you in the moments where love used to try. No loud ending, no broken sound, just distance, learning how to stay. You were leaving in pieces, and I was still holding the whole thing every day. Every day. You stopped reaching in small moments, I reached enough for two. We learned how to keep the peace by not saying what was true. Your touch felt softer, almost borrowed, like love was passing through. And I kept loving the version of you that was already halfway gone from me and you. I told myself this was just change, that love would just in time, but love doesn't fade in one direction. It fades when only one still tries. You were leaving in pieces, somewhere between I care and gone. I stayed awake inside the feeling you were already moving on. We smiled like nothing was ending, like endings don't arrive this way. You were leaving in pieces, and I stayed while you quietly slipped away. Maybe you didn't mean to disappear, maybe love felt heavy to hold, but I wish you had told me when your heart stopped choosing us both. I didn't need perfect timing or reasons wrapped in pain, I just needed honesty before loving you alone became a name. Now I replay the small goodbyes I didn't know were there. Every silence makes more sense, knowing you'd already left parts everywhere. I'm learning how to gather myself, not chase what's already gone, but some nights I still feel the weight of holding on while you were leaving all alone. You were leaving in pieces, and that's how it came undone. Not with anger, not with blame, just slowly stop being one. I'll carry what we were with kindness, not regret, not fear, but I'll always remember the moment you were leaving in pieces, and I was still here. Some love doesn't leave an ending, it fades in pieces so small You don't notice you're alone until everything